What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Sorry I'm running a little late, but we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it, man. As always, we're going to give y'all a little time to come swinging in. I see y'all popping in. As you come in, make sure that if you ain't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe right now and hit that like button soon as you hit the door. Soon as you walk into my door, hit that like button because we about to heat it up. We about to blaze it up right about now, man. We got to touch on this. We got to touch on this real serious. Because we got a problem that we got to deal with. We got a problem that we have to address as a people. Hit that like button when y'all coming in, man. Hit that like button. I'll get to the shout outs at some point throughout this stream. Don't worry about it. I got y'all. Y'all know I got y'all, man. I see the usual family members showing up to the family get together. Anytime I go live, it's a family get together, man. We closing in on 40,000 subscribers. So I appreciate all of y'all who subscribe to the channel. But keep y'all notifications on so y'all will know when I'm jumping on. But hit that like button as y'all come in. We're talking about Ice Cube right now. And we're talking about all of the backlash that he's receiving and what I view to be as unnecessary backlash, unwarranted backlash, ridiculous backlash. And we waste our time as black people trying to figure out ways to say, see, I knew he wasn't with us. I knew he was a sellout. I knew he was working with them folks. We go out of our way almost hoping that one of our own people had went down that road so we could call him out on it. We never view this thing from the big picture lens. Breezy Redhouse says Ice Cube didn't sell out. He met with Trump to speak about the problems. And we're going to go into that. I want to know everybody's opinions. I want to know how y'all feel about this. Let me give a little backdrop to it for those who may not understand what's even going on. Ice Cube created what he called a contract with Black America. And it is a plan that was comprised by him to try to combat some of the main issues that black people are dealing with in this country. And he created this a while back, but he reached out to both the Democrats and the Republicans to put it on the table to see if, hey, if this is something that y'all would be willing to take into consideration, because Cube being a black man and here in America, knowing the black experience the way he does, he's speaking to a lot of the actual issues that we need to be addressing in an immediate fashion, not just some random stuff that two oblivious candidates have no idea in connection to black people, or that some advisors are telling them this is what you should be talking about. This is a man who lives the black experience. So by him putting that plan out, one administration, who was the Democrats, they said, well, no, we'll wait and discuss it after the election. The other administration, which is the current administration that's in place, the Trump administration, said, yeah, we'll talk about it. And they agreed to discuss it. Once the word got out, and we'll talk about how the word got out and how it got twisted into making it appear that Cube was selling out to the Republican Party. Once the word got out, black people started going in on Cube. Oh, he's selling out. Oh, he's selling out. Oh, man, Cube sold out, man. He's meeting with Trump. And based on what I've been seeing and what I've been reading and the details that I've absorbed since following this situation, it tells me that a lot of the people, a lot of the black people who were saying this about Cube, they didn't do the proper research. It would have only took a second to read an article or two to understand why Cube did what he did and what his motives were. But we are so caught up in any black person that sits down with these powers, we're so caught up in being ready to just condemn them as selling out that we don't even take the time to figure out, well, hold up, why? See? I don't understand why we are so quick to condemn. And some of those same people that are condemning Ice Cube, they run into the polls to vote for one of these same snakes. Or they are actively participating and contributing to the degeneration of black people in some other form and fashion that we don't know about. So it's very hypocritical of us to go in on Ice Cube. And I read a comment just now that reminded me of something. Let me go over a little bit of Ice Cube's track record with black people. Ice Cube, as we all know, started out in a group called NWA. We all know what NWA stands for. He was making songs called F the Police. He went solo and was making songs with the Bomb Squad, who was Public Enemy's producers at that time. And we all know what Public Enemy represents. And Cube was working with those producers. He was working with Chuck D, collaborating with Chuck D. And he came into a lot of knowledge of self. He was affiliated with the Nation of Islam, has always been a strong supporter of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, has, to my knowledge and understanding, has sat with the minister, counseled by the minister, holds the minister in high regard, and a lot of the ideologies that he subscribes to are based on the knowledge he received through the Nation of Islam and Minister Farrakhan, all the way back to Khalid Muhammad. This is a man who's always been fighting for black people, always fighting for black people. So he had albums called Death Certificate. His first album was America's Most Wanted, and America was spelled with the KKK in the middle. He's an entrepreneur who's employed black people for decades. He's a visionary who has always been one step ahead of the game and of the industry when his fellow members of NWA were unfortunately blinded by the trickery of Jerry Heller, who was managing NWA at the time. When they were blinded by that trickery and being beat out of their money, Cube was the one who recognized the snake in the grass, turned down a lightweight advance that would have pacified the average person who ain't got no money, and he saw the bigger vision, and he broke away, which was at that time a very risky move. He broke away, and later on, him breaking away and going solo proved that he was right, because his members came back later on and was like, yeah, he was right, because Cube understood publishing. He grew to understood that they were being tricked by the serpent. So all of a sudden, all of these things this man has done, movie writer, movie producer, started his own basketball league, the Big Three, Well, once again, he's employing black people, not just the players. We talking about staff. We talking about everybody involved. So all of a sudden, Cube's going to wake up today. And before I even say this part, we can go back just a couple of months back. Cube was on Twitter just blasting the establishment in defense of Minister Farrakhan. In defense of Minister Farrakhan, he's going in for days on end, standing up for black people. So all of a sudden, he creates this plan, which is for black people. Then all of a sudden, he decides, now I want to be a sellout. 25 plus years, even before he had the knowledge, he was saying F the police because he understood that that was corruption in the police department. But all of a sudden, he's going to wake up last week and decide, I'm going to start selling black people out. I'm going to go meet with Trump. And people are going so far as to say, some of our own brothers and sisters going so far as to say that Trump paid Cube off. Cube took a payoff from Trump. Now, I don't know what Cube's net worth is. I don't know what Cube's net worth is. But I'm sure that Ice Cube is in a secure enough financial position to where he would not even be tempted by a potential Trump payoff. So that's the most ridiculous thing that I've heard. I also am confident that Cube is not a person who's done all these things that I just mentioned to y'all, has stood against the establishment for decades. I don't view him as a person who would have been intimidated into all of a sudden endorsing either party, Democrats or Republicans, or they intimidated him. They made him an offer he couldn't refuse. See, this is the kind of thinking that I'm addressing right now before I get into more details with this topic. Because we got to stop being so quick and ready to tear each other down. And it's sad because literally all of y'all who are talking about Cube don't have a clue of what's going on. Now, Cube creates this plan called Contract with Black America. And in that plan, he talks about things that are demands that black people need, like better opportunities when it comes to bank lending. He talked about police reform. He talked about prison reform. He even talked about removing like Confederate monuments and all that. You know, we can go back and forth on that. But at the end of the day, and the plan is more detailed than that. Those are just some of the standout categories. But this man is presenting what he believes will be a plan that's beneficial to black people. And he's presenting it to the people who could, to some degree, implement those plans. Now, it's not a matter of will they do it or not, because that's been a big argument. Well, why is he meeting with them? You know good and well them devils ain't going to do it. Why is he meeting? Why is he even trying to do it? That's why I say he's selling out. Okay. But these are some of the same black people that would talk about reparations. We need reparations. We want reparations. Well, who are you asking reparations from? You're asking the government to give black people reparations, right? And black people deserve reparations. We agree on that. But that's also the thought process of like, okay, they're not going to do it. This government is not going to give black people reparations. They've danced around giving black people reparations forever, and we watched them give other nations reparations. They gave the slave owners reparations for losing their slaves after the Emancipation Proclamation. They're not going to give black people reparations, but guess what? We still have to place the demand. We still have to place the demand. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Because guess what? You got to still give the devil an opportunity to fix it. So he won't be able to say, well, y'all never asked for it. He won't be able to say closed mouth don't get fed. No, we're going to put this before you and give you an opportunity to fix it. And if you don't fix it, it's on you. Because we're telling you what we want and what we need. We're not begging. Cube didn't go to them begging. I'm of the opinion that Ice Cube went to them just as a, I won't say precaution, but just to make the gesture of like, look, I'm gonna put this before y'all. And when I talked about this yesterday, the video I made was a short video. I made a comparison to Moses going to Pharaoh and speaking God's words, hey, let my people go. And a lot of people, oh, you comparing Cube. No. I'm saying in principle, you still go to the king, the president, the ruler. You still go to them and tell them, hey, man, y'all messing up. This is what we want and what we need. Y'all can correct a lot of the damage that you have done if you would consider this, what I got on this plan, and implement it. See? That's not selling out. Selling out is going to meet with Trump like those black preachers did and kissing up and grinning and smiling and agreeing with everything he says. And selling out is doing what Diamond and Silk do. Selling out is going there with intentions of not presenting a black agenda, but waiting to see what kind of agenda that whatever administration is going to offer you, whatever crumbs you're going to get. Selling out is going to meet with a president not to improve the conditions of black people, but to improve your own conditions, to raise your status, to try to climb the ladder for yourself and get a position in Pharaoh's house. That's selling out. Cube ain't interested in no position in the White House. Cube is not interested in any favor from Donald Trump now, or if Biden wins, Joe Biden, if he wins. He's not interested in that. This man has a genuine love and concern for black people, in my opinion. And what he's trying to do is just tell them, hey, if y'all really talking that talk that y'all run y'all mouth about in these debates and y'all talk about when y'all are in a safe place, y'all talk about what y'all want to do for black people, you don't have the first clue of what to do for black people. You don't know what to do for black people. Let me tell you what we need. Some of the things we need and how they need to be implemented, not the way y'all are trying to say to implement them. Because Trump came out with the platinum plan. And I ain't forgot y'all. I'm going to give y'all shout out. Hit that like button, man. I see a lot of y'all in here, but them likes is low. Hit the like button right now if you haven't done it already. Because we're going to get into all those detractors, because I want to know what basis, what foundation do you have to label Ice Cube a sellout? You have none. Other than maybe envy, other than maybe taking misinformation and running with it. It's BS. Let me get y'all some shout outs, man. I see my homie Fawn Warren is in the building, man. Twin Dimples, Eric Bellis, CFR Network, Jawan D. And see, Jawan D said Kanye was a photo op. See, that's another thing that a lot of black people do. We talk all that black talk, but if Trump come around your area tomorrow, you'll be the first one in line with your phone talking about trying to get you a picture in, posting your picture on Facebook with Daddy Trump. See, this is not a situation where somebody's trying to get a photo out. Cube is trying to do something to help black people. Cube has been well taught. Y'all are underestimating this man. He's been well taught. You can't be in the presence of Minister Farrakhan and have access to Minister Farrakhan and those who work with the minister and not have a good, thorough understanding of how to conduct yourself in terms of building for black people. AB, CR News 2.0, Dealmaker 74, Twin Dimples, Dirty Diamonds in the building, KS, Revolution, Evolution, Voice of Reason, Zedric Miller, Flipside, Mind-Boggling Music. I'm just giving a few shout-outs, man. Let me see what y'all talking about. These politicians know what they're doing by pushing that blackity black talk. They don't want us to know who we truly are. Yeah, no question. Let me say something else to where my opinion is how I think this all got going, how it caught fire like this. Trump supporters tweeted congratulatory type tweets about Cube for stepping up and being a leader and meeting with the Trump administration. And to me, that was a snake move because it gave the world the impression, and we make assumptions that, oh, wow, Cube must really crossed over to the dark side. And they do that because they're trying to trick the black vote out of black people. Anybody who may follow Cube, yeah, man, if Cube rocking with him, we trust Cube. Cube's gonna help us get these black votes. That's how they're thinking. It's not what's on Cube's mind. Let me read you what Ice Cube said as it relates to these candidates that y'all are trying to accuse him of selling out to. Ice Cube said, no president has done right by us being black people. He didn't say 3 presidents. He didn't say not too many presidents. He said no president has done right by us. This is a recent quote. This isn't a quote from 15 years ago. This is a recent quote, October quote. He says, so I don't trust none of them. Did he say he trusts 3 of them? Did he trust 5 of them? He said, I don't trust none of them. These are Ice Cube's words. He said, putting our hopes and dreams behind any of them. How many of them? Any of them. He said it just don't work. It don't work. So these are Cube's words. He not rocking with these presidents. But again, as a leader, you are supposed to still place the demand in the face of the so-called powers that be. You still have to place the demand to them. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? So are we're just not supposed to even talk to those who we consider to be the powers that be? We're not even supposed to try, but yet we live in this country. So we live in this country called America, right? Many of us are born and raised, and we've been here all our life. Generations, our family's been here all our life. We've been in this country forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Nobody in their right mind wants to see the country unravel and just go to hell and be destroyed like it's on course to be. Any civilized person wants to see America get better. We live here too. So you telling me that it's wrong to try to deal with those who may not even like you, but to not give them the opportunity just to try, just to see? And if they don't, that's on them. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, the job of a messenger is to deliver a clear message. That's it. Once you give them the message, it's on them. So people are saying Cube got paid off. Man, y'all need to go on somewhere with that, man. Ice Cube had an interview scheduled to be on CNN yesterday, and for some reason, CNN canceled the interview. And it was on Chris Cuomo's show. And this is for all of y'all who have this thing with certain white reporters and people like Jane Elliott and all these people that y'all praise because they may give the impression that they love black people, when in fact, their so-called love for black people only extends so as far as how they can benefit from giving the appearance that they love black people. Because CNN is the Democrat channel, Fox is the Republican channel, right? We all know that. All you got to do is just glance at it for a second and you'll see who they lean towards. So when the Republican guests come on the CNN show, they get treated like crap and vice versa. So by Cube wanting to, we're actually meeting with and trying to work with the Trump administration to get some of these things implemented, I guess it rubbed Chris Cuomo and CNN the wrong way, and they canceled the interview. And Cube said they were scared of the truth. So don't think that these people, see, that's when I talk about the difference between a Trump and a Biden. People will come, oh man, Trump, boy, he flat out with it, man. He straight up racist, man. Hey, boy, Trump don't hold back. And people will use that as their reason. That's why I'm voting for Biden. But you got covert and overt. Give me overt all day long. I like to know who don't like me. Because somebody playing like they cool with me, they might can get too close to me. Then I got to do something to them. See? They might get too close to me. So I need to know that you hate me. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Trump. I appreciate you. So Chris Cuomo and CNN, we nah, then why y'all got a problem? Why'd y'all cancel Cube's interview? What was he gonna say that was gonna rub you the wrong way, but you so open? See? The moral of the story is neither of them care about black people. Neither one. This is about money. This is about position. This is about power and control. And the black vote is the play toy of every presidential candidate every 4 years. The black vote is that thing that they dance around and play around with every 4 years. And for some reason, we keep on dancing with them. So y'all want to call Ice Cube a sellout because they made it to look like he was in support of Trump. Biden said, we'll meet after the election. Y'all don't know if y'all going to win the election. What's behind that? See? Give them a chance. Give the devil a chance to do right. When people go into these meetings, and I'm not saying Cube met with him in person. I don't know. I don't know how the meeting took place. But a lot of times when a lot of our people, black people, go and meet with these folks, they already go in grinning and cheesing and happy to be there. You can't negotiate like that. Tell y'all something that Farrakhan said. He said, always negotiate from a position of strength. You don't come into no negotiation. Well, sir, what we trying to do, we was hoping that if you would be so nice, we ain't asking for too much, but we just was hoping kind of if you would maybe give us like, if you can. I mean, we don't want no problems with that. You don't negotiate like that. You come in the door knowing exactly what your demands are, and you walk up in there straight-faced, respectful, but firm on your point, and you tell them, this is what we want. Because they're asking something of us. They're asking something of us that we've been given for free forever. We pledge allegiance to one of these parties and they just automatically get our vote just because. And we place nothing on the table. Whatever their aspirations are, that's what ours is. Whatever they say we should want and what's good for the country, that's how we feel. That's stupid. Stupid. We don't make demands. And we need to start making demands. And if they don't adhere to the demands we make, because we're the ones being brutalized by the police. We're the ones being disproportionately incarcerated. We're the ones being disenfranchised and marginalized and every other lies. That's us. We're the ones can't get along. But yet and still, when that season come around, there's the politician at your church. He's at your church. Joe Biden got your baby. He's holding your baby in his arms. Joe Biden's finna kiss your daughter. I never seen him kiss no black little girls, thank goodness. But he wants to smile and cheese with you. He gonna be at your church clapping off beat to the choir music. See? Leadership is what leadership does. And everybody a lot of these people calling Cube a sellout. I like to see your record in the black community. How should Cube have handled it? What's your record in the black community? Let me see your black resume. Let me see it. Let me see what y'all talking about, man. AB, Dealmaker 74, Leonard Green, Voice of Reason, Get Your Hustle Up, Breezy Red House. Breezy Red House, y'all know what time it is. Power to the people means liberation of all oppressed people. Yeah, no question. Respect to the Navajo Nation. The Navajo Nation and Indians and Native Americans, I'm sorry, who this land was stolen from. Aaron Hines says Biden is worse than Trump. Notorious says he only sniffs white and Asian girls. Talking about Biden. What's up, Freddie? KB the Screwhead says, F the government. Free the people. We got to free ourselves, man. Dealmaker said Joe Biden did a commercial with two dudes playing basketball and rapping. I believe you. What's up, Lil Norm? Lil Norm answered my question. I said, what's your resume to black people? Say they have none. It's easy for people to sit behind a computer, sit in front of a computer and type out criticisms. Calling Cube a sellout. How many, all you black people who are called at Ice Cube a sellout, how many black people have you employed in your life? Twin Dimples, you might have just made the comment of the day. Twin Dimple say we report to our racist white bosses every day at work with no complaints, no outward complaints. You ain't complaining out loud. You're thinking it to yourself. Cube's a sellout, but you get up and go to work every day. But he's a boss. You waiting for a check. He cutting checks. He's signing checks. See? You're an employee. He's an employer. How many black people have you employed in your lifetime? Those of you who are called an Ice Cube a sellout. How many of you have the power, have the ability to even get, hold on, let me rewind. How many of you have the knowledge to even put a plan together that would benefit Black America? That's number one. Number two, if you did put the plan together, how many of you are even able to get your plan to the powers that be for them to even consider it? We should be happy that we got a brother that can at least get the plan on their desk. Now, don't get me wrong. Again, I'm just one of those people who believe that no matter who's sitting in that seat of the president, America is just going to be destroyed. Their hearts are hardened. They're not going to do right by us. They are our 400-plus-year-old oppressors. They're never going to do right by us. But you still have to put the plan in their face so they'll have no excuses. Because we know the devil lies. See? Hit the like button, man. All y'all, hit the like button right now if you haven't hit it. Welcoming y'all to this stream. Is Ice Cube a sellout? Somebody brought up the quote he said back in the days when he was talking about Eazy-E. He said, I never had dinner with the president. I never had dinner with the president. Well, apparently he still never had dinner with the president. It ain't about having dinner with the president. Ain't no time to be having dinner. This is about what are we going to do? And Mr. President, what are you going to do to save your country from destruction? Because mistreatment of black people and brown people and red people, mistreatment of people of color in this country is the direct reason why the country is being destroyed. They say God don't like ugly. God don't like to see people being oppressed and mistreated and no justice being given. So police reform is on the table. Prison reform is on the table. Opportunity is on the table. Trump came out with the Platinum Plan, but Trump's Platinum Plan basically just listed a bunch of extravagant promises that when you look at them, he's not going to be able to fulfill none of this stuff. He's not going to be able to fulfill any of this. Trump's not going to be able to create 3 million jobs for black people. Do you believe Trump's going to create 3 million jobs for black people in the next 4 years? Has he created half that in the first 4 years? Is Trump going to create 500,000 black businesses? How's he going to do that? How? I'd like one of his supporters to explain, because y'all so all wise and all knowing, explain how Trump's going to create 500,000 black-owned businesses. And why is he just now doing it? Why is this plan just hitting the scene around election time? See? BK born Shaheed, are Biden-Harris voters traitors for voting for two people that are known for making laws just to lock black people up? He said, I'll wait. That's a great question. I'm going to wait with you, BK. Because some of the same people that are criticizing Cube are voting for Biden and Harris. In the same way I talked about Cube's track record, we have to discuss their track record. We got to discuss Joe Biden's track record. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about Sister Kamala Harris's track record when she was in Cali, and a lot of the harsh penalties came down seemingly harder on black people. So if you're voting Democrat, but my fault, what we do, we ignore that. We ignore that because we hate Trump so much, right? I hate Trump so much that I'll still vote for the smiling, friendly snake. Because I just hate Trump so much. We got to get Trump out. They trick me out when they say that. Man, we just got to get Trump out of there. Man, you don't know what's hiding behind the Joe Biden door. Joe Biden might come with some stuff that'll make you beg for Trump back. See? So it's hypocritical. We going in on Cube. We going hard on Ice Cube and go straight to the polls and vote for Mr. Crime Bill. See? Go straight to the polls and vote for the matter. If you vote for Donald Trump, then you ain't black. A 70-something-year-old white dude telling black people what qualifies them to be black. Oh, but that's not racist. He didn't mean it like that. He didn't mean it like that. Come on, man. Ice Cube talked about the government in general, both sides. He said, every side is the dark side for us in America. There's some more Ice Cube quotes. This man is on record of denouncing both sides, both parties, repeatedly. He said they all lie, they all cheat, but we can't afford to not negotiate with whoever is in power. Think about that. He said they all lie and they all cheat, but we, as black people, cannot afford to not negotiate. It ain't nothing wrong with negotiating. See, that's where we got to study what these corrupt leaders do. That's one aspect of them that we have to study and incorporate. They may hate each other, but if there's something that can benefit either side, they'll sit down and negotiate agreements because it's something that this nation wants, that this nation has, and vice versa, and we can negotiate and come to some kind of agreement that may benefit us both. But we still don't like each other. See? We're delusional in 2020, going into 2021, to still think that these politicians, these old politicians, truly love black people. We know they don't. But while we here, we need to try to get something out the pot. Because guess what? We earned it. Our ancestors more than earned it. We can't settle for just saying, okay, man, you know what? Well, we here. We ain't in shackles no more. Nah. There's so much owed from this country to black people that they could never legitimately repay it. But we still have to place the demand. Let me know what city and state y'all in, man, while we got a lot of y'all on here. I like to know where the love is coming from. City and state right now, man, if y'all can. City and state. Tell me what city and state y'all are hitting from. Jeff L is in Fredericksburg, Virginia. I need to know where you at. Mobile, Alabama, Salem, Oregon, Columbus, Detroit, H-Town, Seattle. They moving fast, y'all. I'm trying to get them as fast as I can. Sherman, Texas, LA, France, Dayton, Ohio, Dallas, Melford, Saskatchewan, Poland, New Orleans, North Dallas. Where you at, man? Where y'all at, man? Warren, Ohio. What's up, Marvin? I see you. Black Pride in St. Louis, Austin. If I miss some of y'all, please excuse me, man. I want to shout out to all my family all over the world, all over the country, man. If you believe that Ice Cube did not sell out black people, just put a hand up or give me a peace sign. If you feel he did not sell out black people, I want to know what the congregation is thinking. If he did not sell out black people, put that peace sign or that hand up. Just want to see. These are people of understanding. All of y'all are people with common sense. Keep them up. Hand up if Ice Cube did not sell out black people. Because I want to have the comfort of knowing that, you know what? The majority of us as black people, and just people in general, have basic common sense. Don't be fooled by these little headlines because we look at an article. There we go. Ice Cube did not sell out. Didn't sell out, put your hand up, peace sign up. See? And no, sir, K-Rino Radio is not on hiatus. We still running every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Central on kpft.org. So we got plenty of intelligent people in the building right now, I see. Because some people take a headline. And what you got to understand about the media and deceptive journalism, it's like when you make a YouTube video, you title it in a way that will serve as what's called clickbait. But the title may not reflect the content, but it was just enough to get you to click. It's the same thing with an article. If they place an article and the headline implies, keep them coming. If the headline implies that Ice Cube sold out simply because a lot of us these days don't like to read, we'll just look at the article and take off running with it. Oh man, Cube met with Trump. He sold black people out. Cube ain't like them preachers. And some of y'all supported them preachers. This is how backwards our minds are wired up. Some of y'all supported those preachers who sat around the table cheesing with Trump. All because they were members of the clergy. And we fall under that spell. Just Me, 43, said they stole us, sold us, and now they owe us. Bars, bro. Wick 123, Jason Stockton, Aaron Hines, Jeff L., Neil Wilkerson, Alan R., Trey Dean, CR News 2.0, Corrupt News, that's right. BK Bowen Shaheed. We falling for the spell. And why do we get so much joy out of shooting down one of our brothers and sisters? Let me play the game with y'all for a minute. Let's say, for example, Ice Cube did, and I'm not saying this is new, I'm just making something up. One mistake, just say he made a mistake. And it's like, oh, I didn't mean for it to come off like that, and blah, blah, blah. Which he didn't. I'm just making up something. Why is it that we will condemn decades of good work from a member of the black community behind one mishap. That amazes me. We will throw away years and years of dedication and service if somebody slips on one banana peel. And Cube didn't slip on no banana peel. Cube is wiser than y'all think, man. I'm going to say this again. You don't have access to the counsel of Minister Farrakhan and be a dummy. You just don't. See? You don't have that kind of access and be a dummy. You have to be strategic in your moves. You have to be strategic and fearless and not afraid of the very backlash that he's receiving from his own people right now. And he's standing strong and firm in the face of it. He's clarified, and he shouldn't even have to clarify any of this, but he's clarifying what he did, what his moves were to the ignorant. And he shouldn't even have to do that. If it was me, I'd just keep on going about my work. I'm going to analyze and see who's thinking how. And if I determine that is the ignorant, the flagrantly ignorant, not the ignorant who just don't understand, because we have an obligation to those who sincerely don't know and get where we're coming from. We have to explain that to them. They don't mean no harm. But to those who just going out their way, trying to troll or was envious and looking for a way to say, see, I knew he was a sellout. Can't trust nobody. To that person, I have no words for him. It's a waste of time. I could be using that time to educate somebody who sincerely wants to know. I'm not going to waste my time playing with somebody childish because they want to see a man fall. They want to see an entrepreneur be slandered and drugged through the mud. It's absurd, man. And we have to get out of that mentality. I'm saying this to all black people right now that's listening to this. Don't take things at face value, whether it's something you're reading, whether it's something you're hearing, and in a lot of cases, something that you're seeing. Delve deeper into it so that you can get, hopefully, a better understanding of it before you start running your mouth. Don't run your mouth off of the headline, because the headline is just to draw you in. We don't really know the story unless we read the article. And even when we read the article, we got to double, triple check that. We have to check the source of who wrote the article, because a lot of this information is written to lean towards a certain affiliation. That's why when Katrina Pearson's tweet came out, she's a member of Trump's staff. She's on Trump's team. So she put that tweet out saying, "Thank you, Cube, for stepping up and being a leader and meeting with the Trump administration." The foolish will think, oh, well, he's rocking with Trump. No. She worded that way to imply that, to get that very result. Why isn't the push for the black vote why aren't the promises to black people this extreme midway through a president's term, 1 month into his term? Why does it always have to come when it's time to fight for another term? Shout out to Gavin Christopher for the donation, man. Appreciate the love, Gavin. No, I'm not a wise man at all, man. I've been blessed to encounter wise men in my life. I'm a chalkboard, an empty chalkboard. And people have written things on my board that it made me go, oh, okay. But I appreciate the love, appreciate the donation, Gavin Christopher. The Bookworm Gamer, North Charleston in the building. Lil Norm. Is that Yozitz? How many people has Ice Cube woke up? How many black people have been awakened through Ice Cube's music when he was rapping about the things he rapped about in the 90s and the things he still stands on? I contend that Ice Cube's mind frame has not changed from the time he was exposed to the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad to right now. I contend that he has been one of the best examples of taking the teachings and making them manifest into concrete material evidence. Do for self, build businesses and pool resources. He's been a better example than some of you Negroes who are saying he sold out. Shout out to my homie Miami, Florida. These people are fake. We need to vote for God. That's the quote of the day. Holler at me when you come to the H, man. You know how we do. DW713, appreciate the love and the donation, man. At 225 East Beltway. Okay, you right down the street, brother. Appreciate that love. Cube has exemplified doing for self. Didn't Cube drop out of high school? Cube is a high school dropout, right? I don't think Cube finished high school. But look at him. Look what he's doing. Look what he's done. Look what he continues to do without the so-called letters of this world, because he has a builder's mind. He's a real boss. The letters of this world don't make or break you. I'm not knocking anybody who goes to college. I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that he's an example of a person controlling their own destiny, a person doing the things that they have in their mind to do and not letting any pieces of paper or lack of pieces of paper from this world dictate how far he can ascend. He exemplifies that. What's up, Crow? Yu Akata. Cube not the only one. Let me see what you said. Cube not the only one that said that about ownership. Malcolm. Yeah, absolutely. We know Malcolm said that. Of course. We learned from the teachings of Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm and Minister Farrakhan, Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King, W.E.B. Du Bois, Frederick Douglass, all of the great black people who came. Of course, they set those standards, but we have to exemplify them. Xavier Harris in the building. He said his cousin showed him valid decision and he been hooked. Salute to you, Xavier Harris. Thank you for the donation. And Vic Gaines, thank you for your donation, sir. I appreciate that love. What up with P. Diddy Black Political Party? I don't know. I heard that, but man, look, I want to say this. And if Clive Davis has got anything to do with anything, don't involve yourself in it. I'm going to say this because I say this every time we have these kind of conversations as it relates to black people. Separation is our only solution. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said it's the best and only solution. We can't create any parties within this system, man. This belongs to them. We still suffer from what they call the illusion of inclusion. We will never be able to force this system to do right by us, although we still have to let them know what they should be doing. We're just giving you a chance. If I walk up on somebody and just slap the hell out of them, they may be looking at me like, why'd you slap me? But it may be something that they did that deserved that slap. I just didn't say it. But had I said it, maybe they would have made the adjustment to not get slapped. So I'm at least say it. Hey man, you ever told somebody, hey man, leave me alone, man. Hey man, you keep bothering me. All right, keep on. All right, I done told you. Then if again, then you slap the hell out of him. So he can't say you didn't tell him. It's the same principle. Let me read this question. Maiden Madness. How do you feel about Christianity in Black America? I struggle to understand how anyone whose ancestors were brought. Well, Christianity and the teachings of Christ and things in the version of Christianity that was given to us by the slave master was given to us strictly and designed to create a slave and keep us a slave. So that version of Christianity that has encompassed and enslaved Black people for all these centuries, it's been one of our biggest detriments. Terrence Harris, I appreciate the love, my brother. Appreciate the donation, man. Y'all know I got my super chat popping now, so y'all want to drop a donation? I appreciate the love. No question. Biggest thing y'all can do also, man, keep hitting that like button and keep your notifications on, because I've been posting a lot of motivational type videos, man, just life lesson stuff. And I really want to get y'all's opinion on some of the things y'all may want me to talk about, and if there's any advice that I can give. If I don't know it, then I ain't gonna talk about it. But so keep your bell on so you'll know. Dom says no unity is better. He said unity is better than separation. Well, here's the deal. It depends on who you're trying to unify with. Because we fought and begged and sat in and marched and cried and to be unified and integrated with a people who have demonstrated and shown us over and over again that they want no parts of us. These are the same people who say, you don't like it, get out of America, go back to Africa. Okay, cool. Let's separate. Let's talk about separation. BK Born Shahi. Cash App is $RON65. Appreciate the love. Q Marshall. Let me see what my homie Q Marshall said. He always dropping knowledge. P. Diddy, you mean Chicken George? I'm not gonna shoot no slugs at Diddy, because when Fox Soul was scared to run, got punked into taking Minister Farrakhan's July 4th speech off the air, Diddy stepped up on Revolt and ran the minister live. So I'm always give Diddy a card for that. Yeah. G Reporter, Neil Ortiz, CeeLo C, RLMP. Just trying to give y'all some shout outs, man. Did Ice Cube sell out, man? Did he sell out? What are y'all thoughts on that? See? Did Cube sell out? Trump said he's going to advance homeowner opportunities for Black people. How is he going to do that? And why is he just now deciding to talk about doing that? A lot of what Q presented to the Trump administration, it was said that the Trump administration are going to incorporate that into Trump's platinum plan. But writing it on a paper or typing it and including it in text to documents that are already in place is not the same, or it does no good if you're not going to actually bring those things into fruition. So don't be fooled by what people say they're going to do. Don't be fooled by what people say they're going to do, because that's what politicians do. They say what they're going to do, and typically they don't do it. And if they do it in ways that will benefit either themselves or their fellow wealthy comrades. Politics traditionally is not set up for the benefit of the poor. It's just not. Politics is not set up to benefit the poor. The quicker we understand that, the closer we'll get to want to do for self. Shout out to the homie Tim Osmond. Appreciate you, Tim, as always, Tim. So you got a tank of gas. Man, I appreciate the love. Gas ain't high as it was, but it's still necessary. Yu Akata said, Cube ain't telling people to vote for Trump. That's absolutely right. He presented his plan to both sides. Remember that. Trump's administration, they're opportunists. So they took the moment to use that as, whoa, we can use this to make it appear that Ice Cube is supporting us. That's why Katrina Pearson tweeted what she tweeted. But Cube ain't support. I just read the quote. The quote from Ice Cube a few days ago, he said, no president has done right by us, so I don't trust none of them. So why would he say in one breath that no president has done right by us and he don't trust none of them, and then endorse either Biden or Trump? See? It's crazy, man. Atlantic City, New Jersey in the building, man. Vic Gaines said you're supposed to check your enemy's position before you go to war. Yeah, you have to familiarize yourself with your enemy. Please believe that the enemy is familiar with us. You want me to tell you why I know the enemy is familiar with us? I'm going to go to the Democrat side for a minute. The Democratic Party already has black people mentally in their back pocket. They already assume that black people, we got them, we got the blacks. Because we have, over the last few decades, been traditionally committed to the Democratic Party with no reason to be. Just because. My mama was a Democrat. Or we go all the way back to when the transition took place during the times of Roosevelt. We go back to that point. There are points in history. There were pivotal points in history that caused black people to be committed to the parties that they've been committed to over time. Right now, we're on the Democratic plantation. But who knows? An event could take place that could sway us back to the Republican plantation. It goes back and forth. So both sides play off each other to say, well, see, the Democrats did all this, the Republicans did. Why are we standing in the middle listening to fools argue over us? They fighting for their slaves. So I got a couple more minutes with y'all, man. Hit the like button if you haven't, man. And We're asking the question, did Ice Cube sell black people out? Did he sell us out? My answer is 1000% no. Cube don't have no incentive to sell us out. A boss don't have to subject himself to being an employee, a real boss. It's a lot of these cats that are bosses, but they were put in the boss position. Cube says what he says. He supports who he supports openly, and nobody has been able to tear him down. That's a real boss. And we could all be the same way if we trusted the Most High and we stood with the people who stand with us. Why you think your big brother do it the way I do it? I don't do what I do because of myself. I do what I do because God blessed me to have the courage to stand on my own. And he also blessed me with people like y'all who rock with me. So I don't have to bow down and punk out to a record label. See? I don't have to bow down and punk out to some CEO. I can be independent because I rely on those who think like me, who respect what I say, and that allows me to speak and say what I want to say without any fear of censorship, without any fear of somebody controlling me creatively and telling me what I can and can't say. We should get like that in all of our endeavors in life. Few shout outs before I go. Richard Thomas, Mind Boggling Music, Thomas S. Gregory G. Shout out to y'all, man. Good question, BK. Won't nobody answer it. Are those of us who own a Democratic plantation, are we sellouts? Not me. I'm just saying. Shout out to Ice Cube, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 40,000 subs. Let's make the journey to 40,000 quick and painless. Y'all go get my book. I almost forgot to promote my book. Go get my book, Life Lessons and Lyrics. Go to southparkcoalition.net, southparkcoalition.net, and purchase my book. Don't purchase it now. Purchase it right now. One love to y'all, man. Peace.